Well, dang, that's got to be the longest receipt I've ever seen. So I've been working on this little patch right here, and it was a coin spill. Unfortunately, not an old coin spill, but I got 3 pennies out of this hole, and they're all memorials. So at least we're on the board with some coins. We're going to keep looking. I got one other small piece of junk, and then I dug this pretty deep. So that's what I got for the target so far, and we're going to keep looking. Okay, so I got a really good signal here. I want to try live just in case it's something really good. You can see it's coming in 87, 89, 90. Not a huge target. I would guess though it's got to be at least quarter sized, between like $1 and $1/2 maybe. It could be bigger if it's deeper. But very concentrated. Hopefully this is something good. Haven't had many signals yet. Good depth reading on it, showing down probably about 4 to 5 inches or around in there. All right, looks like this part of this grade here on the side yard hasn't been completely dug up like most of the yard. They've uprooted a lot of trees and redone pipes. You can tell a lot's been done, but I like this one. Right down there in the middle of the hole. Reading it with the pinpointer now. Looks like it's going to end up being down about 5 inches probably. I like this soft soil. Yeah, it's pretty deep. All right, still down further yet. All right, we're down at it. All right. Ooh, it's an old makeup compact. Oh, that's awesome. It's got some writing on it too. Can't tell what it says. Feels fairly light. I don't think there's anything inside of it, but you never know. But yeah, it feels pretty light. I don't think there's anything in there. But yeah, it's a sweet relic. I'll get that cleaned up later. Awesome. I'll have to open that live. The good news about this makeup compact is, unlike in the past when I've had to basically use a crowbar to get these things open because they're always jammed, I wiggled this one a little bit and it's actually not sealed too tightly. So we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna make a mess here. Let's do it down in the sink. Let's open it up, see if there's anything in there. This one is completely empty. My goal one day is to find a makeup compact with something inside of it, because people used to store all types of things inside these things. So there's that, and let's clean up the rest. I got a deep signal coming in around 80, and I'm almost down to it, and I'm already about 4 inches down, so I'm going to finish it live. Okay, almost there. Might be in this. Might be a little bit further down too. Nope, it's here. There's a coin. Ooh. You can see Lincoln on the front there, but this might be a Wheatie. It's gotta be. I can't really tell, it's really crusty. Found this in the front yard where they did all the pipes and uprooted all the trees. I'll clean it up later, but I'm pretty sure that's a wheat cent. Alrighty. That's the oldest coin so far. It's a tough yard to hunt. Not a whole lot here, but I'm gonna keep working it. Alrighty, so unfortunately I had to stop hunting that property for now. The guy that lives there had to leave, so he wanted me to take off for now. But he did say I am welcome back, so I talked to him a couple minutes before he left, and he was trying to give me some tips around town where he thinks I might be able to look. So I don't have a whole lot to show. I was gonna show the property. It was built in 1869. It's an awesome house, and one of the outbuildings there that he said he's not sure what it was. It's actually older than the house, and it's supposed to be, according to him, the oldest structure still standing in this town, which is possible. But I didn't get to film any of it because I was only there maybe like 20-25 minutes before he had to leave. So I got that 3 modern penny spill, a lot of miscellaneous trash. I found that makeup compact, which is actually going to clean up really nice. It says something in the middle of it, and it's got a design running around it. So I'm going to try to open this live later. And then I did clean off that wheat penny a little bit. It's a 1940 something. Didn't clean off good enough yet, but I think it's like a 1941 or 44. So even though that whole front yard was excavated and they ripped out the original path and tons of trees and redid pipes, there's still some stuff hiding down in there. Not a lot, but it's down there. And with the house that old, you don't know if you could just find how old stuff is. There was a lot of Civil War activity in the exact area I'm in as well. So, hey, not bad for a half hour. I've been doing a lot of driving around today. I was just happy to get into a permission and do some swinging. So, I'm going to take a break here for a little bit. You can see back there I'm at a food city. So I'm going to go grab a snack and wander around a little bit more and see what else we can stumble upon. Stand by. Oh, and something else too, this is pretty funny. I've actually never found something like this before. You know how people litter all the time and you find losing lottery tickets? Well, blown off the side of the road, I found a lottery ticket that hasn't been scratched yet. So I was really surprised. So we're going to do this live as well, but I'm going to show it to you all first. So this is the one that I found. Appears to be a $5 ticket, so that's not bad. And the weird thing is, it looks like somebody scratched this bottom part here, but nothing else. So I don't know, that's kind of odd. But anyway, they didn't scratch any of it off, and there's a game on the back here too. So let me get out my lucky quarter, and we'll see if that's a winner. Let me see if I can grab it over here on the side of my thing. I just found this quarter here a couple days ago underneath the Coinstar machine. So I'm going to use this quarter, and we're going to scratch that ticket and see what we can get. Hopefully we can win like 50 bucks or something. That'd be awesome. I'll take the whole $250,000, but I won't be greedy. There are so many awesome abandoned places out where I'm at now, close to the mountains. Check this old house out. Love that. Alrighty, so I'm back at the permission now where I found that big silver barber coin spill and the Indian head penny, all in the same hole. And I'm working the alley that's right next to the house where the horse and buggy used to come up through here. And there's a lot of trash over here, but I didn't work it before. I found this weird aluminum lid, but it's got glass in the inside, so I'm not sure what that was to. And then here I got like a huge piece of brass or copper there. I'm not sure exactly what this was used for. Some kind of stake almost. But yeah, there's a lot of old trash over here, and I got a small piece of lead in the front yard too. So I'm going to keep working it and see if we can pull out anything cool here. The property owner isn't home right now, but this is one of the property owners that told me that I could even look around when he wasn't here, which isn't something you hear too often, unless you're just talking about like huge farm fields and stuff. So he'll probably be back at some point while I'm here, so I told him I'd bring a few things, some coins cleaned up to give him. So we'll see what happens. I'll keep hunting, see what we can pull up. So I'm working in the backyard now. If you remember right in through here, I found a huge coin spill from the 1960s. And they've had done a lot of groundwork back here. You can see how it's kind of sloped up by this tree. And I got a good signal here. I figured I'd finish it live. It was in the low 80s, sounded like a coin. And it's about 3 inches down in the plug here, so let's see if we can pop it out live. It sounded pretty good. I think that was it though. Oh, no, I thought that was a little ball of aluminum. Must be some iron in the hole too. Let's see here. Come on. Says we're just about touching it. Well, what is it? Just a piece of junk. Alright, we'll keep looking. Okay, I'm in the field behind the house. The barn used to sit somewhere over there by them bushes. And I didn't swing around here much last time because there was just a lot of junk back here. But right before I left last time, I was just swinging like mad in through here, and I found a wheat penny from the 1950s. So there are randomly some old stuff back here as well. And I dug a deep hole right there, and I just got some old decorative pieces off of, look what looks to be some sort of old furniture probably. Really fancy design on it. That's actually going to look pretty good cleaned up. But I'll clean it up later. That's going to be very ornate. I'm looking around the area where I was told the old chicken coop used to be here that was torn down a while back. And in this hole right here, I dug out this huge nail, and I knew that wasn't the signal, and I pulled this piece of copper out. I'm not actually sure what it is. Definitely never dug one of these up before. Pretty interesting though. I'm going to start working my way back toward the front, see if I can find any coins that I missed last time. Because I found like 3 barber coins, 2 Indians, a bunch of old wheat pennies here from like the teens and 20s. So I want to see if I left any coins up there. So how do you like the size of this tree stump in the backyard? This absolutely blew me away. I didn't get to show it last time. Man, that is something else. Crazy. Let's get my foot in the shot from this angle. That thing is absolutely monstrous. But unfortunately, all the ground has been redone back here right in behind the house. But I bet people have been hanging out in this section right here between that tree and the back of the house here for a long time. But hey, we'll keep looking around. There's still some stuff back here. I'm hoping we're going to stumble into something good soon. I am up where a couple old trees have been uprooted, and this is where I found a lot of my good stuff last time. But I got a signal here that I missed. It's kind of choppy, but it's hitting between mid-70s up until about 81. Registering only about 3 inches, so it may just be trash, but this could be like an old wheat penny or an Indian head, ringing up in that range. So let's try it live and see what it is. It's not going to be very deep. It's in the plug. Oh, what is that? That's not going to be a clad quarter. We might have some kind of cool token. Oops. No, you gotta be kidding me. Man, it's one of the ancient Chinese coins. I can't believe it. I just found one of these in the middle of last year and I got another one. Man, that's worn down. That is definitely what that is though. This is probably the one that they made toward the end. It's the most common. It's probably the Qian Long from 1736 to 1795. Unbelievable. I am so glad I got that on a live dig. That's an amazing coin right there. Alright, well, we'll keep searching around here. I obviously missed a few things. Alrighty, it is now time to do the scratch-off ticket. I just think it's kind of weird that this spot here is scratched off. Maybe like somebody knows if the letter P is there, it's automatically a loser. I have no idea. It's weird, but we're going to scratch it off anyway. But we're looking to match the match one of the winning numbers to win the prize, or get a 2x, 5x, or an instant $500. And there's also a thing on the back. So let's go ahead and scratch off here and see what the winning numbers are. Winning numbers are 38, 47, 34, and 54. All right. Let's start scratching. 57, no good. 48, almost. That's how they make them though. I know this is a scam. 39, missed by 1. 44, nope. 26, nope. 33, nope, missed by 1. 49, nope. 29, nope. 30, nope. 31, nopers. 55, missed by 1. 50, no good. 40, no good. 58, no good. And 23, no good. So on the back, you also can scratch to get one of those one of those money symbols or money stack symbols to win another prize. So let's see if we get one. That one's partially scratched a little bit, but I think that's just from blowing around on the asphalt. 12, 13, 20, 2, and 18. So wah, 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 it's a loser. I think this is some kind of secret thing here that somebody figured out, that if it has a P, it's a loser. That's what I'm going with. Alright, I had a big thunky 71 signal that I thought was just going to be a piece of trash. And I think I might have an old button or something. I can't really see much on there. Yeah, that has to be a button. Looks like it's pretty plain though. It's definitely an older one. Alright. Well, I'm happy we're pulling up some goodies. On to the next. I just found an old harmonica reed, and I busted it up with a shovel a little bit. Been finding a lot of harmonica reeds lately, and I just found that whole harmonica just the other week. Pretty cool, we'll keep looking. Alright, a bit excited now. I found an obvious coin signal that I missed right up above this big tree, where I found a lot of good stuff around. I found both my pocket knives under there, and like I think a V-nickel under there too. Right there by them branches is right where I found that huge coin spill last time. With the 2 barber quarters, the barber dime, and the Indian head penny. And I'm about 4 yards away maybe. And I got a solid 81, 80, 81. So this has got to be a coin. Now, could just be a wheat penny. Could be a worn silver, who knows. It's not very deep. So let's go ahead and get this one live. And I expect to hit some roots here. Which I have. Oh yeah, lots of roots. But it's not very deep. So actually, is that it in there? No, I think that's just a rock. Okay, see the darkening soil right there? It's gonna be right down, right under here. I think I have it now. There it is. It is a coin. It's a wheat penny. I'll clean it up and see if I can see the date on it later, but like the other coins here, I think it's going to be an oldie. Looks pretty worn. It's probably a teens or 20s maybe. Awesome. Most of the coins I found on this property have dated like pre-1930, so it's awesome. Mostly old stuff here. Not a single modern coin today yet. Now, I'm not sure what this is exactly. There's a nickel signal, but looks like maybe the ring around like an old lid or something. I'm not sure, but cleaned off a little piece, and it looks like it says Chicago on it. So I'm not sure what that was from. Pretty interesting though. It's just silver plated, copper underneath. Some of the writing around the edges, you can definitely see there's more lettering there, so maybe we'll try to piece that together later. But it's all in bits now. At the base of this old tree, heading down the slope where I found a lot of my old coins, I got a signal right here. Really buried. Wasn't coming in real good, but when it hit, it was hitting like high 70s. Kind of like an Indian head penny. Once in a while, even spiked into a high tone. So I dug this big plug, and I'm down about 5 inches now. And I'm reading it right in between these roots. So I like how it's concentrated with the pinpointer and the depth on it. So this could be a deep coin. Oh, I see the dark soil there. There it is. I just flicked it out. It's a deep penny. Now, is it an... Nope, it's not an Indian. I think it says 10 on it. I think it's a 1910 Wheatie. I could be wrong, I'll have to clean it up later, but with the dirt on it still there a little bit, it looks like 1910. That'd be a good one, only the second year they made them. Alright, well we'll clean her up later. Nice deep weedy there. Close to an Indian on that one. Got 2 here last time. Alrighty, we may be onto a really good one now. I'm still in that same area. That last hole I dug is right over here. And a tip for you guys, when you're looking around old trees, you gotta swing really, really slow, because generally the ground's more hard packed and dry from the trees sucking up the moisture. And it's just a lot harder to look around the base of trees, especially if your soil conditions are really dense too, like clay or anything like that. It even makes it worse. But I got a shallow one here. It's really locking on. Small target, 86, 87, like every time. This could be a silver dime. I hope so. That would be awesome. All this silver I got from this property last time came out of one hole. I didn't find any other silver. It was the 2 barber quarters and that barber dime. But this is just a beautiful signal. And it's actually surprisingly not very deep here at the base of this tree. Like that last one was 6 inches down buried, because you can see how it would settle down over the years. The ground just kept burying it. I think this is only going to be about 2 to 3 inches deep. Man, this is tough here. There we go. Get in around it there. Let's get around the other side here a little bit. All right, we should have it for sure now. Okay. Oh, it's not a silver. It's another one of those nuts. Oh, bugger. Those things ring up so good. Oh well, we'll keep trying. Well, I obviously missed a lot of good signals on the top of the hill by this tree. I went over around that one again where I found a lot of good stuff. I found that 1 wheat penny and that was it. Didn't get any other even faint targets. This one sounds pretty good. It's deeper than the other one too. So hopefully something old that's been buried. Because most of the targets in this lawn have been very deep. Because it's all roughly 100 years old, the stuff I've been finding here. Man, it's smearing a little bit. The pinpoint's hitting 2 targets. Because there's probably some iron down there. So we'll just go off a estimation here. This will probably be about 4 inches down. Well, thankfully we didn't hit any major roots right here. So that's good. Hit one there, but not a huge one. All right. Actually, there's a massive root down there. We're not. Hopefully, it's not under that, because I'll have to get out the hand shovel if it is. Yeah. Well, it's like wedged down in between these here. Ooh, I see it. It's a coin wedge down in there. Let's get the glove off here. You see that? Wedged down in between the roots there. Ah, I think it's silver. Sweet. Let me pull this out of the way. Man, this is an awesome shot here. Look at it. Wedged down right in between them roots, getting sandwiched in there. Let's get another shot over there. I really want to show this one down in there. All right. Let's pull it out. It's like stuck down in there. All right. What do we have? Looks like a mercury dime. Man, it's tarnished black good. Well, we'll have to clean that one up later. We're not going to see much on that, but yeah, you can kind of see Liberty there. That's definitely a mercury dime. Hopefully one of the older ones. Awesome. I'm so glad I did that live. Alrighty, let's keep looking around this tree. And just to show you all, there was iron in the hole as well. I turned my disc down to 0, which I normally have it in like the upper 40s. And you can hear there is iron in the hole. Probably bits of nails or a small nail or something in there. That's why it wasn't pinpointing good. That's right where I pulled that silver dime right there, pretty close to the mercury dime I just found. I got the part of a wheel off of an old toy, it looks like. I probably busted some of those spokes off of it, but it was a faint signal and down under all these big roots. So another little relic for the pouch. On to the next. Okay, I'm working a spot here that's been a little bit difficult because you can see where they put some fill in where they uprooted that tree there, but I found a lot of goodies around it. And up around this section by the wraparound porch here, there's a lot of small bits of aluminum siding and just all kinds of crap and iron. And so I've been working this little channel right through here in between and taking my time, and I isolated a nice high tone right in between. It's not very deep, but hopefully it's an old penny or dime again. Because that last silver dime rang up pretty low. This is typical for a wheat penny, but you just never know. If it is a coin, we'll find out. Well, it's not very deep, whatever it is. Huh. Maybe it's not something good, because I got my sensitivity up high. So some of the garbage starts to hit better when it's up real high. But we're about at it here. And all it is a little old mangled piece of aluminum of some kind. Wah, wah, wah. I started walking down the slope again, and I had a very faint signal, came in low 60s, like 61. And once I got deep, I was happy because I figured it may have the possibility of being an old nickel or something like that, or at least some kind of interesting relic. And I got down to it, and I plopped down under the side here, and I pulled out what looks to be a little coin ball, hopefully a coin ball. Hopefully it's an old nickel in here. So we're gonna go ahead and bust it open. And let's see what it rings up. Now that it's out of the hole, let's see what it rings up on the detector real quick. Okay, so now it's actually, now that it's out of the hole, it's ringing up into the 70s, so probably not a nickel. But let's bust it out and see. Might just be junk. Oh, what is that? Huh. Not sure what this is. Some piece of old copper. Not sure exactly what it is though. Alrighty, and I'll keep moving on. Okay, gonna finish this one live under the tree on the bottom of the yard where I found the pocket knives and a couple old coins before. And this, I don't know if I just skipped this one last time or I missed it, but I got a really smacking zinc penny signal, but it's not just under the surface, it's at least like 2 inches down. So in case this is an Indian, we're gonna finish this live because I mean it is slamming like 78. Yeah, it is a coin, and it doesn't look zinc, so this could be super old the way it's ringing up. Please be an Indian head penny. It is. Oh man, sweet. See the 1 cent on the back and the wreath with the shield? That is awesome. Not even all that deep right here. Right by the base of this tree where there's been a lot of goodies. I do not know how I missed that signal last time because I came through here about 3 times. But it's one of them places, there's been a lot of targets up here. You can't get them all in one go, that's for sure. So I'll keep working around this side of the tree. I am so happy there's more coins in this place, turning into a fun hunt. get it cleaned up and see the date in a bit. Right there, so you can see I uncovered the date of this Indian head penny. It's 1902. Now I had to rub at that with a wet soft cloth for a while to uncover that. You can see there's a nice jade green patina under there, but man, this is one of the most pesky layers of crud on these coins of pretty much anywhere I've hunted. It's really caked onto them. So I'm going to postpone cleaning these up, but you can see the date of 1902 on that Indian, and the reverse is showing through a little bit better, but it's got that thick layer of crud on it as well. I just dug my first shotgun shell head stamp of the day. I'm glad I haven't been finding a lot of those. That last permission I hit, not today, but the last video, oh my gosh, I must have dug 20 of them out of the 1 yard. But I got a nice signal here locked on one direction when I finally locked onto it, and unfortunately it's where a birdie looks like he didn't make it. It's like weird, it clips a lower tone when you hit it from a different direction, but when you lock on, he wants to hit right around 80, which is like the Indians, or more likely the worn wheat pennies. But the tone kind of changes, so this may not be a coin. Whatever it is, it's not very deep, so seems like toward the bottom of the yard here, the targets are more washed out and they're not as deep, and then up at the top, everything's like 5 to 8 inches deep. Because I found a buffalo nickel down under here before, if I remember correctly, that was only like an inch down. Alright, let's get this puppy out. Alright. Oh, it is a coin. Hopefully this is another Indian, man. Is it an Indian or is it a Wheatie? That one's a Wheatie. Probably another old one, probably close to that Indian head era, probably teens. Man, we're locked onto the goodies. I'll keep working around this tree. Still around the base of this tree. I got a deeper signal here. I got about 6 inches down on an 80 signal. And it's one of the old wheat pennies. I think it's 1919, but I can tell from the jade green patina on it, and from looking at the back, this is going to have incredible detail. So almost 100-year-old coin right there, and it's going to look awesome cleaned up. Sweet. Let's hunt around this tree some more. I'm liking it. Alrighty, that penny turned out to be a pretty good find. It's actually a 1909, which is the first year issue of the wheat pennies. And if you look on the back, I don't see a VDB down there by the rim, but it's a little crusty, so I'll have to look at it more. But I've never found a 1909 VDB, but I did find a 1909S before, which is really rare, and it's the 1909S VDB that's worth, well, in this condition, if it wasn't corroded, it would be worth about $1,100. But, man, look at the detail on that. You can see the lines in the wheat ears. So this penny was dropped when it was mint or near mint condition. Unfortunately, it's just a little bit, quite a bit corroded. But yeah, 1909, first year issue. Pretty awesome on that one. I was hoping it was going to have a VDB on the back. Man, I worked out about 3 yards from the base of this tree. And man, look at that. I got a super high conductive signal, like 90. And it's deep too. The only thing is, man, I think it's bigger, and if it was a silver half, I think the numbers would come up a little higher. So this may not be a coin, but I think it's going to be something interesting. So I'm going to dig a hole and we'll see what it is here. My camera's about ready to die, and I don't feel like going to my car to change the battery, so I'm going to do this off camera and see what we got down there. I'm going to give it a few more minutes, but before I put this pouch away, I just wanted to show you guys all the crap I found today. Actually wasn't a whole lot, but oh yeah, that hole I was just digging that had that big target in it, it was this massive chunk of copper, and it's solid almost the whole way through except for that little hole in the middle. I mean, it weighs like a pound, that little piece. So that's why it gave off such an amazing signal. It's like 6 inches down under a bunch of tree roots, but all kinds of garbage there. Earlier when I was trying that alley next to the house, I was just finding a bunch of old aluminum and old tubes and stuff like that, but got me a nice pile of coins. oh, I wouldn't say a pile, but definitely quality over quantity, that's for sure. Every coin I found today, I can pretty much, at this property, is probably pre-1940. I'm almost certain every wheat penny I found is old, and then the Indian head and the Chinese coin. So that's awesome. The Mercury dime, I think that one's going to be pre-1942. But I'm going to keep looking around a little bit longer, and getting dark here, and I'm getting hungry. So I'm working around up by the driveway, and this area here has been so hard to hunt. The ground's been hard packed. This is where there's a lot of iron. I found some of the iron horse tack over here before. Just real tricky to hunt. And I got a couple targets here that were chattering and all over. I thought it was just junk, but I kind of isolated a high 70 signal down like 5 inches, and then there's like a low tone off to the end of it, like right here. So if this is an old penny, then potentially that other signal could be an old nickel. But I'm like right down at this here, and we'll see if it's something good. Running out of daylight here. Oh no, actually you see it going across there. No, I didn't even see that. It's just a big piece of copper. Found a lot of pieces of copper like this over here, but I'm still going to check out that other signal anyway. So let's get to it. I'm completely shocked right now. I am beat. I'm sitting here on the ground. I decided I'm going to make one more pass around this tree on the bottom of the hill, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a circle around it, and I'm going to get the coil up as close as I can to all these decomposing leaves, and just work my way around the tree and try to get any old signals that I can and crank the sensitivity up. So I started doing a circle around the tree, and I did hit a 70 signal. It was down a good bit, and I don't believe it. It is appears to be another one of those ancient Chinese coins. Unbelievable. I wonder if these people back in the day had some Chinese immigrants living with them or working for them at some point, or both, because I've never found two of these on the same property before. It's just amazing. Alright, running out of daylight and I'm beat. Let's give it 3 more minutes. So my sensitivity's almost on max. I even started swinging over the leaves here. Got a really deep signal here. I had to keep cutting through all them fine roots and pulling all this soft soil out that's kind of decomposing materials from over the years. I got down like 8 inches. Took me 5 minutes to get down to it. And it's some type of really cool old relic, but I'm not sure what it is yet. I think it has a design on it, but I'm not sure if it's folded over, if it's supposed to be that way. But it's definitely old, whatever it is. Might be some kind of old type of, strange type of buckle or something. Maybe not. But I'll have to clean up later. It's pretty cool. I guess while I'm here, I'll fill that hole in a second. I want to show you guys something. Oh, let's get the pinpointer. Is it off? No. Let's turn it off first. Okay. Here's what I want to show you guys. Right over the other side, right where I dug that Chinese coin, which was right there, right next to it. Now I have a high tone, kind of like a silver dime, but when you hit it certain ways, it kind of chirps out like iron. But I think, like most of these targets, they're just bad signals by the tree, especially the deep ones. But when you hit that certain ways, it's like a crystal clear 88. And the pinpoint's like 3 inches. So that may be a silver coin. Hey, why not? Let's do it live. Let's do it live, because it's right next to that Chinese coin. I mean, because if this is a coin, I'm pretty certain it will be silver, because it's ringing up much higher than a penny. And most of the pennies I've been finding here have been ringing up low for pennies, because they're the old worn ones. So if this is a coin, I would bet that it's a silver. Oh, here comes their dog again. The neighbor's dog. Here it comes. It's either a Maltese or a Bichon Frise. Here, buddy. They're yipper dogs. Drive me nuts. All right. I like the depth on this, so I'm almost certain now that it's down more than 2 inches that it's not going to be a steel bottle cap. Alright, we're just about there. Oh, what is it? Dude. Some kind of pendant. Oh, that's awesome. Maybe some kind of medallion. Wow. That could be one of like some kind of old awards medal. I found some of the old sports awards medals before that kind of look like this. I'm not sure, but man, that is awesome. Something to clean up later. Sweet. I love this tree. This is why you check your holes, people. I just stuck the pinpointer back in there. Hear that? I can see it right on the edge. There's a coin in there too. This is a spill, but I think it's a penny. Obviously what I just found was either brass or something, so it made the signal sound like it was on steroids. But check that out. It's dark out, but I can just see enough of the back to tell that's a wheat penny. So man, what an awesome spill. An old wheat penny and some kind of old medal or pendant. Just gotta clean it up later. Let's see if there's more down there. Oh, I think that's it, but man, a relic and a coin spill. That's awesome. That rarely ever happens. Sweet. So there is the amazing tree where we found most of our targets from around today. That tree, there's nothing around, but I can only imagine what used to be under it back in the day, because they did some kind of work to the yard. You can see where the grass kind of starts to turn a different color right all in through there. It's all been dug up, probably because of water issues. It's a very low-lying area, and there's a runoff that kind of runs, a drain that runs right through there. So they did something over the years. You can see how the grass is kind of up on the side of the tree, where they kind of mounded all up around it, but yet on this one, on the bottom half of it, you can see all the original big roots exposed, which is what you want for under an old tree. So absolutely zero targets underneath that tree, and this one I found tons of old stuff. So I came back up around this old tree and just working right up the side of it, because there was a lot of people under these trees back in the day, which is obvious from the stuff I've been finding. They're super old trees. And earlier I found the mercury dime over here, and I got down under this patch right here. I had a faint nickel signal, and let's see if I can find, and I got about 2 inches down, and I thought it was just a piece of scrap aluminum at first, like an old piece, but I think it's some type of old pin, because there's looks like maybe a clasp on the end there on both sides. It's pretty dark, and this might have been the pin that busted off and was folded out the wrong way. So I think it's some kind of old pin. So clean it up later. Running out of daylight. Alrighty, so we're going to do a brief recap on the finds here. From the first spot, all I found was the 3 modern pennies. The wheat penny turned out to be in 1944, and on the front of this makeup compact it says Pompeian Bloom. So I believe that's some sort of makeup, but I didn't look it up yet, so I'm sure somebody will be able to tell me what that is in the comments. For the pennies, I showed the 1909, but these are all older wheat pennies. It's 1909, 1910. I think that one's like a 1913 or 18. Or it might be a 1919, and then this one's a 1923, and the last one, the newest wheat penny from the second location, was a 1927, which was in the hole with this, and I was right, it is a sports medallion. And when I was looking at it at first, I'm like, well, it looks like he's holding a baseball bat, but then why are his feet like lined up in front of each other? And I'm like, oh, he's golfing. You can see that little ball down at the bottom. That's the little golf ball on there. So a pretty cool sports award thing. I'm not sure exactly how old it is, because this one doesn't have any engravings or anything on it. But I found them in the past before that'll say like the name and date from like a high school and say like first, second, or third place, something like that. Generally, the ones that look like this are kind of like 1920s, 1930s into the early 1940s-ish. That's just a guess. Now, I didn't realize until after I was filming that and the wheat penny was in the same hole, but one of these old Chinese coins was only like 4 or 5 inches away, so it's possible all 3 targets could have been dropped at the same time by the same person. Really hard to say, but anyway, I didn't clean these up yet. Oh, I did a little bit, but you can kind of see some of the markings coming through on them. I will follow up when I'm done cleaning these, when I get a positive identification on it. But for reference, here's one of the ones I found last year that was the Qianlong, positively dated between 1736 and 1795. Now, the markings on some of these look slightly different, but there's so many different variations. But it could possibly even be older than the 1700s, one of these. So I'll definitely follow up on that. Got that big old button there with the iron back on it. The 1902 Indian head penny, which I showed in the middle of the video. The mercury dime turned out to be a 1935, kind of halfway cleaned it there. Nice detail on it. Most of the bands still visible on the reverse. Unfortunately, it does have a really nasty cut mark through it, so I'm not sure what happened to that. But yeah, nice old silver mercury dime. Really happy to have that one. And 1935, that's the newest coin I found from that yard. I just loved hunting this spot. The house was built right around 1900, and you can tell most of the coins dropped there were from around the time the house was built up until like the mid-1930s. It was the same the last time I was there too. And then on to the relic-y stuff. This is a piece of that fancy thing I found. Not sure exactly what it came off of, but really cool, intricate design on that. So I'm going to clean up the other piece of that. That's a really cool relic right there. That pin I found. Now that I got it cleaned up, you can tell it's a feather. So I thought that was pretty neat. A feather pin. The actual pin's busted off the back, but that looks like it's fairly old as well, probably early 1900s. And then the only other thing, this could be a really good find, but I'm not 100% certain what it is. It almost looks to me like some sort of, it could even be like an old, like a neckerchief, something like that. You know, maybe like a civilian version of what the, kind of like the Boy Scouts use with the woggles and that. Maybe it's just a type I haven't seen before. So if anybody knows, let me know. Quite an interesting design on it as well. Have to clean it up a little bit more, but like I said, that dirt in that yard is really pesky. It really adheres to everything I found there. But that's going to look really good when that gets cleaned off a little bit more. Thanks for watching, and have a nice day.